Hi, everyone. I hope that you are having an amazing day. I want to launch back into doing some energy clearings. It's definitely been a while for me. Life has been really crazy, but I feel like coming back to YouTube and really being more of a contribution here because I feel like just so many of us could use these clearings. And let me tell you, when I do an energy clearing for you, I also receive the benefit of that. So, what I thought I would do is start with a little prayer of intention because that's my way of opening up as a channel. I'm going to pull some tarot cards just to kind of get a theme or an idea of what's coming up for all of us right now. And then I'm going to launch in and do an energy clearing around it. Now, what I'm going to do is angle my laptop so that you're able to see what I'm doing with the pendulum and the charts. I have a different setup than previous videos, so you'll be able to see more of what I'm doing, how I'm working with the pendulum. So let me just go ahead and I'm going to angle this computer. There we go. All right. So what I would like to do is invite you to relax your body for a moment, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, release it whenever you feel ready. I'm going to do exactly the same. So I would like to call upon and invoke or bring forth the very highest vibration of source energy, which is love, to step into this clearing. I'd like to ask that all of the beings who are working with us come forward with ease, that any negative or limiting themes, challenges, choices, or programs that need to be cleared, clear easily and effortlessly, that I remain neutral and clear on your behalf. And so it is. So let's pull a few cards, see what's coming up for all of us right now. We are all in this together. One more. So what do we really need to know right now, please? Okay. So what it is that we're really wanting is to feel joyful, to feel happy, to feel excited, to feel expansive, to feel connected with our inner child, that joyful, innocent, expansive aspect that exists within all of us. But what have we been experiencing, or what might be holding us back from that? Emotional disappointment, emotional sadness, feeling like things haven't really worked out the way that we wanted them to, or the way that we thought they would. There's an energy here of really trying to take action related to what it is that we want, but it just feels slow. It feels like things aren't manifesting as quickly as they should, or as fast as we would like them to. And what I keep hearing around this is, for some of us, it just feels like we have this burst of activity and then it kind of fizzles out. And we feel like there's just not enough manifestation coming from the actions that we're taking. There's a feeling here of wanting to collaborate with others, but I also feel like there's a mistrust of other people, or feeling like there are people in your life that maybe will work with you to a certain point in your manifestations, and then they might not be as supportive as you would like them to, or they might not really believe or be supportive of your most expansive dreams or visions for yourself. There's an energy here of wanting to master your emotions. So for some of you, you just can really recognize that your emotions or your pattern of emotions has held you back, that you can get easily frustrated. You can fall into an energy of depression, despair, anxiety, and you'd like to have more stability, more mastery over your emotions. So let's take all of this and let's see what we need to clear related to these energies. I'm actually going to take these and I'm going to put them here just to kind of remind me of what's coming up. This is really our key energy, is the energy of the sun. And we'll see if those stay as I move the pages of my chart. So this is my book of charts. Let me move this a little bit more. Okay. All right. So The first thing that I want to do is ask to connect my high self committee, the beings who are working with me, with your high self committee. And I want to know if I'm working with myself, listeners, high self, or both. And the answer is no one. So we all have blocks to receiving healing. It's an energy of frustration with ourselves. There's an energy here of blaming ourselves, abuse of ourselves related to that blame. There's an energy of subservience. And this, what I'm hearing about this is where we're moving into comparison programs, comparing our journey with other people's journey, our manifestations with other people's manifestations, feeling like we're coming up short. There's also an energy here of anger that we're holding on ourselves. However, that theme of anger is really related to some genetic lineage patterns. So for most of you, this is genetic lineage on mother's side. It's an energy of holding anger on self. And what that's doing, it's creating a program of self-punishment. So what I want to know is if we can clear this, we can move this out of the way. Yeah, so let's release it. So let me ask again, myself, listeners, high self, or both, still nobody. So some of you have blocks to actually receiving healing. And this also is rooted in an energy of self-punishment. So let's kind of take it a step further. I want to ask to clear, resolve, release all vows, contracts, oaths, agreements, obligations of self-punishment holding you back. Where else is that located? No. So is that enough information? Am I working with myself, listeners, high self, or both? Now both. How long will it take to apply what's called the prep to work list? To me, my high self listeners, their high self committees, let's apply it now. Prep to work list has been applied. So think of this as just a whole laundry list of things automatically cleared for you, the beings who are working with you, so that everyone is on the same page, ready to receive healing. So links and beings on myself for yours. So everybody has the right number of beings on their high self committee. And so now I want to know, if we look at your physical body, your electromagnetic field, does anyone have any openings, holes, rips, tears? No, but you do have some discarnate, separates, entities, attachments. And these beings are holding frustration in your energy field, victimization, depression, energies of anxiety, and energies of brutality towards self. So clear and release them now. So what's a discarnate? What's an entity or attachment? So think of it just simply as beings who are out of physical body. So beings who are in spirit, and they're connecting to your energy field because they're holding a similar emotion or a similar energy to what you're holding. So let's say that you have a tendency to run a lot of depression, or you have a tendency to run a lot of anger. There are beings who are out of physical body that haven't crossed over yet and received healing. And so they're also holding anger, or they're also holding fear, or whatever the energy is. And they're attracted to you because you're holding a similar energy. And what happens is it starts to amplify those emotions for you. So think about if you walked into a room where everyone was really angry, it would really amplify that feeling of anger. We want to release all of that for you. But also, as I move forward to do the clearing, if you have a bunch of beings who are attached, I might be picking up on their programs and clearing them and not actually clearing you. So this is the other reason why we want to clear those beings. So now if we look at listeners' body, energy bodies, their electromagnetic field or their aura, does anyone have any openings, holes, rips, tears, discarnate, separates, entities, attachments, any vortex or portal energies, mazes, any looping, revolving doors, nothing like that. So we get to move forward. The lowest level of consciousness for anyone on my high self committee, my soul on your behalf. Just checking this 3 times. Lowest level of consciousness for anyone on your high self committee. No, high self committee, just think of high self committee as just the primary group of beings who are working with you, helping you, guiding you. It's just a term given for them. And then where's everyone's soul's consciousness or level of awareness? Knocked down. So we're really looking to evolve or move your soul to the highest level of consciousness possible. What could knock you down is if you're activated with a program or an energy. So you can think of it this way. If you're running anger or you're running fear, your perceptions are going to be altered, right? You're not going to be open to hearing things, open to evolving. You're running those energies, or it's more like they're running you. So we want to release that so that you're able to be present, totally open to receiving healing. So what's knocking down everyone's level of consciousness or awareness? Feelings of separation from the divine or the source of love. There's an energy here of frustration towards self, despair, paranoia, energies of suffering, and energies of defeat. So let's clear it all out now. Just going to let that unwind. Okay, good. So now let's look at your soul's consciousness or level of awareness. Now you're up there. Okay. My ego, your ego. Let's just clear all of us of any negative attitudes or attachments to the outcome. Okay, so first of all, should I start with the sun or do I need to go left to right? Left to right. So we're going to start with the energy related to this 5 of Cups. I'm going to move the sun card over here. Okay, so where are we holding programs or energies related to 5 of Cups? Sadness, disappointment, feeling like we have been let down, feeling let down by life, feeling let down by others, feeling let down by love. So what are we doing? We have programs here of domineering energies, abuse of ourselves, anger, energies of wanting to please or appease others. And there's also a program here of depression. So do I need to research this, or we can just clear it all out now? I want to ask more about that domineering energy. What is that? It's feeling like we are being dominated or we are being manipulated, dominated, or controlled by others. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it is a conscious manipulation. It could mean that we feel like other people's emotions or their moods are dominating or controlling how we show up or how we behave. And a lot of this could come from that energy of appeasement that came up before. The feeling that you have to walk on eggshells around other people's moods or emotions in order to be safe, which would be a subconscious program or a subconscious belief or something that comes from your childhood or even past lives. So am I going into that a little bit deeper? Yeah. So let's look at where we are a match to other people's energy coming across for us as being controlling, manipulating, or dominating. So where am I starting? We're talking about lifetimes. So this is an imprint of an energy of despair that comes from a past life. We're talking about a group or community experiencing an emotional harm from a spiritual or religious figure. And so the unresolved energy that we're holding from these experiences is a sense of doom, an energy of anxiety, walking on eggshells, an energy of frustration, an energy of abuse, and an energy of anger toward ourselves for feeling so sensitive to this this emotional state in the other. So is this enough to clear it? Let's clear the lifetime programs, energies, remove the discord. Where do we in our soul records have vows, contracts, oaths, agreements, obligations to put the moods or the emotions of others as a priority where we would feel like we're walking on eggshells around others? So this is 7,768 lifetimes related to appeasement of others. So can we clear it all out now? All the levels, all the layers, all the lifetimes, all the programs. Anything else there? Any other blocks? Any other limitations? What about any other programs of disappointment? Now let's flip this. The other thing we want to look at is, where do we believe at any level of our being that emotionally we're always in a state of despair? We're always in a state of not feeling good, or always trying to work with some kind of doom, upset, sadness, despair. We have 22,150 programs related to anxiety, 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 anxiety. So let's release it. What do we believe we have to experience through our emotions? Doom, doubt, abandonment, and then it's an abandonment looping pattern. So what is the root of abandonment? An imprint of a program of abandonment that comes from a past life. This is a lifetime where you believed that you were abandoned by the divine, the source of love, whatever that was for you in any particular lifetime or experience. And so the unresolved energy here is anxiety, worry, energies of abandonment of self, energies of despair, energies of doom, energies of exhaustion, feelings of separation from that source of love. And so what tends to happen then is that we take that bigger energy of what we believed we experienced with source or the divine or God or goddess or whatever that is for you. And then we start to play it out in our human relationships, romantic relationships, familial relationships, relationships through work. So it becomes this pattern. I'm rejected by love. Love abandons me. I'm not good enough for love. And then it starts to become this self-fulfilling prophecy. So what I want to know is this enough to clear the lifetimes, the programs, the original wounds? Let's clear it out now. And so what's going to happen during this clearing is that your individual non-physical team, your high self committee, the beings who are working with you are going to work to clear this through your own Akashic records. As we're doing this clearing work, it's also signaling to your subconscious mind that this stuff is getting released for you. Is there anything else about that? No, let's give everybody a boost. So any place else where we're running energy related to Five of Cups? No. So I'm going to put this over here. Let's look at Knight of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles is typically about the actions that we take in relation to manifestation, where we're taking action to create real world experiences, bringing things to fruition, working to really create the life that we want. So the thing about Knight of Pentacles is that it's the slowest moving knight. And so this is where I'm hearing that I need to do a little bit of work for all of us, because this idea that anything that I create that's worth creating or worth having, it has to take forever. And so for some of us, this forever is happening over the arc of lots and lots and lots of different lifetimes. And I don't know about you, but I mean, let's get a move on. I don't want to wait all of these lifetimes to be able to manifest what it is that I want. And so the reason that we can clear it is that it's rooted in a faulty belief. So what are we clearing related to this? Where's this belief or perception that our manifestations have to take forever, even multiple lifetimes? There's an energy of anxiety, self-doubt, avoidance. There's a program here of despair, paranoia, but ultimately, this is an energy of guilt about receiving what it is that we want. So where do we go to clear the root of guilt? We have vows of guilt, vows of guilt. The belief that guilt makes you nicer, makes you kinder, makes you more humble, keeps you in alignment with other people around you. So let's go ahead and clear all vows, contracts, oaths, agreements, obligations of guilt. And then let's go ahead and release the belief for anyone listening that they need guilt in order to be connected to father's lineage. They need guilt in order to be connected to mother's lineage. That they need guilt in order to feel connected to those in their life. Clear victimization related to guilt. Let's clear any addictions to guilt. What else about that? Where else do we believe that our manifestations are blocked? It's a program of suffering, and it's related to being in this physical time space reality. So if we look at listeners or viewers, positive toward being on this planet is 0, negative is over 100. So clear balance the negative charge and negative energy we're holding on this planet. What do we believe we have to experience on this planet? Insecurity, 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 insecurity. So let's release it. And then let's download all of our body, the energy bodies that make up our soul, our minds, all levels of our being with all information, wisdom, light, and understanding regarding being on this planet. What do we believe we have to experience on this planet now? Insecurity. And so where is that coming from? It's an imprint of an energy of abuse of the physical body from a past life. The unresolved programs or energies we're holding is hardship related to physical reality, being on this planet, being in a physical body. So is this enough to clear it? Let's clear the lifetime, the programs, the energies, remove the discord. Let's clear disappointment, held on self, cruelty towards self, helplessness related to physical reality, and all programs of suffering. What else? Okay, so now, what do we believe we have to experience on this planet now? Gentleness, generosity, energies of consideration, confidence, energies of acceptance, and energies of comfort. Let's download those positive soul qualities to everyone, and I want to expand them. Okay, good. Anything else there? So now, where do we believe that our manifestations have to be slow and arduous and that we have to wait forever or that we're unworthy of receiving? Any other guilt about receiving? No. So let's go forward. Three of Pentacles, collaboration with others, working on projects, working on goals with others, being able to invite others into our experience to work with us. So where do we have blocks to that? This is an energy of isolation and loneliness. It's a belief that you are on your own, that nobody really cares. It's an imprint of a program of despair that was originally formed in a past life where you were a part of the group. And the energy in that lifetime was that you had to give up your own individual needs, wants, and desires for the needs, wants, and desires of the group, that your personal opinion was irrelevant, was unimportant. And that energy is still held within your soul records. It's still a part of your point of attraction. And so how is that impacting everybody now? Insecurity, fear of change, abandonment of self, injustice. There's an energy here of subservience. What I want or what I need is ultimately unimportant. And so this is creating an energy of insecurity, confusion, complaining, cruelty towards self, loneliness, energies of stagnation, an inability or a resistance to even identify what it is that you really want in life, and most definitely a block, a limitation, or an inability to share your dreams, your goals with other people, particularly those who would be supportive of them. So the unresolved programming related to that is frustration with others. So is this enough to clear it? Let's clear the lifetimes, the programs, the energies that originally established this pattern or these beliefs. Let's clear brutality and energies of greed for freedom. Greed for freedom, especially as it relates to other people or their opinions. Let's also clear despair. Where else do we have blocks to being able to work with or collaborate with others? Where do we have blocks to attracting in people who will really be supportive of our dreams, our goals, or our desires? And then where do we have blocks to being supportive of our own dreams, goals, and desires? No. And where does anyone have blocks to really knowing what it is that they want in their life? It's an energy of paranoia, self-punishment, defeat, and energies of rejection, so clear it. Where are we holding vows, contracts, oaths, agreements, obligations to reject ourselves? 225 lifetimes related to unforgiveness of self. Clear it all out now. Anything else there? Let's give everybody a little boost to let that go. Anything else we need to know, do clear, look at, or bring in. So now, where do we have blocks to really being able to know, to identify our own dreams, our goals, our desires, what it is that we really want to manifest? And where's the belief that we're unworthy of receiving what we want? It is a program of unforgiveness of self. The energies involved are defeat, self-destruction, insecurity, abuse of self, and anger. So can we clear it? Clear it all out now. Give everybody a little boost to integrate this. While we're here, let me just go over to chart 6B. Let's download everyone with the positive expression of generosity, friendliness, abundance, energies of comfort, and energies of confidence. Anything else, anything remaining, anything more to do? What else do I need to bring in? Let's bring in peace. Now, the other thing I'm hearing to look at is, to what degree do we believe that we can receive from the energy of source? 100%. To what degree are we willing? 0. To what degree will we allow ourselves? 0. So why do we believe that we're not willing, we won't allow ourselves? Guilt, 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 guilt. Let's release it. Where do we have guilt about receiving from source, from life, from the divine, from the energy of love? It's an imprint of a program of unworthiness from a past life. The unresolved energy is defeat, 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 defeat. Let's clear it. Give everybody a little boost to let that go. What else? So to what degree are we open to receiving from source? To what degree are we willing now? To what degree will we allow ourselves? Now it's over 100%. Nothing else about that. Okay. Emotional mastery, being able to connect with our emotions, being able to work with our emotions. So to what degree are we open to working with our emotions? 0. There's a program of brutality towards self through emotions, despair, wanting to avoid emotion, energy of disappointment related to emotion, and energy of anger, a belief that emotions make us weak or helpless or easy to manipulate. So where do I go to release this for everyone? Let's clear idea programs before creation, thought before creation, infinite levels before thought, clear subconscious odds and ends. Let's clear paranoia. Let's clear programs of insecurity and programs of despair. Where else do we believe that our emotions are a detriment, that they block us, they limit us, they make us easy to manipulate, dominate, or control? So where do we have blocks to emotional mastery now? So let's download everyone's high self soul with all information, wisdom, light, and understanding regarding emotional mastery. Okay, any other blocks to emotional energy, working with emotional energy? Now, what else do cups represent? Spirituality, creativity, love. Where do we have blocks to spirituality? Frustration, disappointment, energies of cruelty towards self, overwhelm. Let's clear it. Where else do we have blocks to spirituality? What about our own creativity? Clear paranoia, clear subservience, clear exhaustion, clear poverty. Where else do we have blocks to our own creativity? Where do we have blocks to love? Clear greed for recognition, greed to be rescued, greed for intimate connection with others, greed for sexual connection, and greed for status. So why do we clear greed related to those things, or greed at all? Because energetically, whatever we are holding greed on, we are pushing away. It's like we want it so badly that we're actually repelling it. What we want to know is that all of those beautiful things, all of those lovely energies, spiritual connection, money, sexual connection, having intimacy with others, the energy of status, acceptance, importance, love, recognition, receiving help and support, being understood, those are all energies that are within us. And when we are connected with them, it's easier for us to attract them in. So where else do we have a greed energy? Where do we believe that everyone has the things that are represented by the King of Cups except for us? This is a program of victimization. It's a victimization related to life. This is coming from past lives. The unresolved energy is frustration, 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 frustration with life. So let's clear it all out now. They keep showing me this image of like the old comedy routines of Rodney Dangerfield, that whole like, I don't get any respect. It's like if something's going to go wrong, it will. All of that kind of energy. So what am I clearing there? It's a program of doom. So let's release it. Give everybody a boost. Where else do we have any kind of block or limitation related to the energy of King of Cups? Not now. What else am I bringing in? Let's bring in pleasure, receiving, energies of confidence, and energies of vitality. Okay, good. So let's go back to the sun. Where do we have blocks to expansion, joy, creativity? Where do we have blocks to working with our inner child? Defeat, 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 defeat. So for a lot of us, our inner child is really holding a lot of abandonment and rejection. So where do I go to work with that? So block to the positive expression of love of self. It's coming from a past life originally. The unresolved energy is abandonment in childhood. And so what did that create? Unforgiveness of self, toxic shame, isolation from others, anger, addiction, abuse of self, alcoholism, energies of confusion and despair. So is this enough to clear it? Let's clear it all out now. The lifetimes, programs, energies, remove the discord. Where do we have blocks now to acknowledging and working with our inner child, our inner emotional self? Not now. So where do we have blocks to joy and fun and play and innocence and free expression and connection with others? Where do we have blocks to playfulness? Brutality towards self, responsibility, acting as a negative motivation, blocking or limiting playfulness. So let's clear it. Give us all a little boost. Where else do we have blocks to playfulness? What else do I need to bring in? Let's clear blocks to pleasure, confidence, order and orderly thinking, laughter and humor, ease and receiving. What else? Where else do we have blocks to playfulness, to joy, to expansion, to enjoying life, to relaxation, to optimism, any type of expansion? Not now. Anything else I need to clear or bring in for anyone related to what we're clearing today? So what else does need to be integrated or downloaded? Let's apply the energy of brain tuner, which is balancing hemispheres of the brain. Let's download the color orange for abundance, rejuvenation, creative expression, the color red, passion, primal power. Let's bring in gold for strength, prosperity, expansion, the color blue, faith, sincerity, being able to speak your truth. Anything left, anything remaining. So let's apply the mop up, clear the 9 stacks of additional charts held in spirit. Does everyone's soul agree they're cleared of programs? Does everyone's high self agree? Does my high self agree? Has everyone's soul been cleared to the high levels of the new paradigm? Any programs coming up to be cleared? Is everyone's soul free? It is. I want to thank everybody working with us, bringing forth light, releasing any darkness, limitation, or fear. And so it is. So I hope that this clearing has felt helpful. I hope that it's felt supportive to you. Anything can be cleared. At the root, everything is just energy. So if you're interested in an individual clearing, you're totally welcome to go to my website to receive an individual clearing. If you are interested in group clearing, I also have a membership community where every Monday we do a weekly clearing, and then we do a full moon clearing and a live new moon clearing all through the month. So you are welcome to come and join us. I would love to see you there. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care of yourself and bye for now.